Welcome to another edition of Graham's Gallery. Our guest here today is one of the most successful promoters in the country who has recently aligned himself with the WWA. Mr. George Cannon, who predominantly promotes in the country of Canada, but also has some interest in the United States. George Cannon, I'd like to welcome you to Graham's Gallery.
Well, first of all, Jerry, let's get one thing straight right off the bat. It's not my pleasure to be here. I was asked to come out here simply because you don't have the proper people coming on here telling you exactly what you are. I know you for exactly what you are.
I know what I am. I'm a very successful manager, for example. Let's take a good example, Bulldog Don Kent. You used to manage him before he became a promoter. He was a mediocre, middle-of-the-card type of a wrestler. I took over his career. Now he's one half of the WWA World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. He's undefeated. I took this same man and did so much more than you did with him. I think this shows what a tremendously successful manager I am.
Well, I was manager of Don Kent. I don't like to bring up the past, but I'll tell you something about the past. When I had Don Kent and another wrestler with me as a tag team, we went through the entire world. We were the world champions. We were featured in every big city in the world.
The same cities I've been in, except I drew more money than you did. I'm going to tell you something else. I've been from New York to Los Angeles. I've been to Montreal to Mexico. I've been to the Middle East, to Japan, to the Far East. I've been everywhere, so don't you ever come on my show and try to downgrade me.
Everywhere, Jerry, is because you've been escaping your creditors. You're a despicable, degenerate person for professional wrestling. You have no business in it. The fact that you can come out here, your elocution is true. You use semantics, you use colloquialisms, you use all these things for people that don't know what you're talking about. But I know you for really the person you are. And I was talking to Ozzy Osbourne and Rowdy Roddy Piper, who say, and I can't believe this, that you're their hero, that you're the person you look up to, because you are despicable, because you are that degenerate, because you grab a person like Don Kent, put him in front of you, become champions, simply because Don Kent has the attributes of a champion. He has youth, he has ability, agility, strength, stamina, desire, science, the whole damn thing. So don't you come on out here and tell me what the hell you did with Kent. Because you know that's baloney. I know it's baloney. All the wrestling people out there who know anything about wrestling know it's baloney. You can spew off of the mouth, Kent, and you can spew off the mouth, Graham, but you're not going to come across like you should. Well, don't tell me about that.
I'm going to tell you something. It takes a lot of guts.
What are you going to tell me?
For a overbearing, big-mouthed old man to come out here. It's good for an old man to get tough. A man that's past his prime. A man that wouldn't have a chance if I wanted to take off this coat right now and smack you in that big fat ugly face. Let me tell you why. Because I am a Christian gentleman.
You're a Christian gentleman,
talk show, and you're.
Yes,
I'm sorry I brought you on. I want to apologize to the fans.
Talk show.
I'll
tell you something else.
Total morons come out here.
If you give me anybody else, I would take 3 months to get in shape to wrestle them. For you, I could do it tomorrow night. That's what I think about you. I've been ill. I've been sick. I've had phlebitis, vasculitis. I've every ailment known to humanity. And let me tell you something else. Regardless of all these things, I could go into the ring with you right tonight. I'd put you down. I'd pulverize you. I'd destroy you. I'd make you the type of person you are, Graham.
What a pleasure this segment is going to be. We have the very eloquent Dr. Jerry Graham, Jr. with us. And I'm going to ask Jerry a question for a change. Dr. Jerry Graham, Jr., where have you been? And why are you wearing sunglasses at nighttime?
Well, first of all, where have I been? A lot of people got the impression I was retired. Not true. I've been on sabbatical, studying the Gregorian calendar in relation to the vernal equinox. Why do I wear sunglasses? George Cannon, when you're as great as I am, the sun shines on you 24 hours a day.
That's it?
That's it.
What about the brass knucks match?
Let me tell you something. Everybody knows how I deplore the Detroit-Windsor area. Everybody that knows me knows how I despise these cheap, rickety cars. I have to go to Japan or Germany to buy a proper car. They all know that in Windsor they got the mindless Canadians. But I'm back in this area for one reason, George Cannon, because you have made it possible for me to have a brass knuckles match with the lowest vermin, worm in the dust excuse for a human being I've ever seen, Chris Carter. Now, a lot of people, they contemplate, why am I on Earth? What is my place in the universe, in the infinities? Chris Carter knows the answer to that question. You realize he's at peace with himself, George Cannon? Chris Carter is at peace with himself because a lot of people wonder, why am I here? What am I doing? Chris Carter can say, I have been put here to be beaten regularly by Dr. Jerry Graham. That is my function in life. In Ionia, Michigan, when we tape up those fists in a brass knuckle style match that you've so graciously arranged for me to be up there, I am going to take Chris Carter, the spirit of America, gag me with a fork cannon, and I am going to beat him around that building. Because in a brass knuckles tape fist match, there's no stopping because of blood. There's no disqualification. And let me tell you something. There's people coming from all over to Ionia, Michigan. Do you think I'd go to a dump like Ionia, Michigan? A one-horse
One more
bird?
question. If you were in a place where the sun shines 24 hours, I thought you were in a place where the sun doesn't shine.
Well, Cannon, I'm going to ignore that and just say this. Carter, I'm going to be in Ionia, the brass knuckles, and you're going to be beaten like a whipped puppy.
Fans, what do you think would happen if Dick the Bruiser faced off against Cowboy Bob Orton? Can the Bruiser stop Bob Orton? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go back into the archives of the WWA to bring you that feature match now. Let's go to ringside as Dick the Bruiser meets Cowboy Bob Orton.
Oh, he's putting Orton's head right into that turnbuckle. Orton down on one knee and a bit dazed, and Bruiser has him right where he wants him, within his grasp. Bruiser shoves him into that turnbuckle again. Bruiser. Oh, he's testing the ring savvy of Rooster Griffin, saying, come on, baby, get in the ring. Griffin fell right off the ring apron. Oh, Rooster Griffin is scared of the world's most dangerous wrestler, and he has good reason to be. Bruiser will eat him up alive.
Problem is, David, while the Bruiser was concentrating on Rooster Griffin outside of the ring, Bob Orton had a chance to get his recuperative powers together, and now he's assaulting the Bruiser.
He's assaulting him and doing it well. Bruiser trying to muster up that ability. Orton there misses a punch. There he goes in. He's hitting Bruiser in the side of that jaw, trying to loosen up his teeth. There, Bruiser's just standing there in a bit of a daze, and Orton puts that big forearm blow right across Bruiser's forehead, and believe me, he didn't miss that one, fans. Bruiser just trying to get up. Oh, that Orton's on top of him. You'll notice, fans, he doesn't give Dick the Bruiser the time of day to breathe. He just stays right on top of Bruiser, putting him away.
David, he's smart. When you give a living legend a chance to breathe, you got to stay on top of Dick the Bruiser. That's the only way you're going to be able to defeat him. Once you give him a chance to recuperate, anything's liable to happen. You must stay on top of him.
Dick the Bruiser, the world's most dangerous wrestler, a living legend, as Thomas Griffin called him, and even Bob Orton has acknowledged. Well, he's a living legend, and he'd better keep on pumping away if he expects to be living through this. Cowboy Bob Orton. Orton trying to take Bruiser over there, not doing so. You notice, fans, Dick the Bruiser doesn't go over very easily. He doesn't go off his leg. He's got what it takes to stay on the mat. And, baby, if he puts that claw hold on you, he's trying to weaken up Orton's midsection now. The fans are cheering him on. Put that claw hold on him, Bruiser. Weaken up his midsection and put the claw on him. Dick the Bruiser, fans. He's going to town. Orton's in a daze. He's wincing and whining. Oh, right into the turnbuckle. Orton's midsection goes. Dick the Bruiser should put that claw hold on him. He calls down to me. He says, David, I'm going to puncture this man's brain out. Well, he's doing just that. He's going to town. Dick the Bruiser. Oh, does he look vicious? He's really doing it, baby. Dick the Bruiser's pounding away. He's choking now. Orton putting a boot to Bruiser's midsection. Bruiser not able to stand tall and take it. He goes back into the corner for a breather. Bruiser's midsection is tough. Bruiser's legs are the toughest things you'll ever see. They're really powerful, and that's why he's still standing. Dick the Bruiser has great calves, great muscular build in those legs, those thighs. Oh, my! Bruiser going up. Orton's trying to take the Bruiser up. For what might have been a suplex, he's putting Bruiser on that rope. The third rope for the superplex. Bruiser trying to fight for his life. Fighting for his life. He knows if he goes up for that superplex, it's all over. Oh, that punch. What a punch. Dick the Bruiser's got Cowboy Bob Orton. He's punching away now. He's rat-a-tatty, baby. Oh, Dick the Bruiser. He just saved himself from what was called a superplex. When Orton puts that on you, it's all over. Bruiser knew it, and he punched his way out of it. Orton's trying to put on an illegal move, the pile driver. It's not effective. Bruiser tosses him over. Bruiser picks up Orton with a pile driver. Oh, my. Bruiser puts a pile driver on Cowboy Bob Orton. Oh, my. Fans, please note that pile driver is illegal, but Henry Van Loon was not able to see it. But needless to say, Dick the Bruiser won it. Dick the Bruiser's the winner, fans. What an exciting match. Oh, he's chasing the Rooster now. Oh, the Bruiser wants the Rooster. He's really going after him. Rooster running around. Fans, that's our show for the day. We'll see you all next
This is one fall, 15-minute time limitation. Introducing from Chicago, Illinois, he weighed in at 230 pounds. Here is Rick Sampson. And his opponent from the Soviet Union. He weighed in at 244 pounds. He's known as the Mad Russian. Here is Igor Zetkov. Zetkov, one fall, 15-minute time limitation. Did we get him that nickname, the Mad Russian, Bruiser?
Well, I don't know if we get it to him, Terry, but
I know we called him that a few
look,
times.
he's mad already.
Oh,
He almost hit the ring attendant. Maybe he was running.
Rick Sampson, a young guy with quite a great future in store for him, but he is facing a brutal challenge. The Mad Russian Igor Zetkov, who jumped him before the bell even sounded. And there you can see Rick Sampson. Certainly has been embarrassed here in the early stages of this match. Hopefully he'll have a few minutes out there to get a little mad.
Well, he's a good-looking young athlete that he deserves. This guy's really...
Oh, shoulder block from the inside, trying to knock Sampson off his feet, out of the ring. Sampson over the top, though. Man, we could see a body press here.
Oh, he got out.
Oh, that was a great, great move.
Beautiful.
Sampson is improving every week. We've said it before, and the proof is obvious.
I've told you. And he's a gifted athlete, but he's also a learned fella. Terry, he's a senior at the University of Cincinnati.
Oh, is he? Down at UC, huh? Home of the Bearcats.
And he, like I said, is not only a good-looking athlete, he's got a head on his shoulders.
Yeah, he does. Well-built, quite a formidable amateur background, too, I understand.
That's right. Many years in amateurs.
I don't know what kind of a background the Russian has. He won't share that information with anybody. One thing we know, though, is he's double tough, double mean in that ring. Sampson's on a roll. Nice arm drag. Takedown. He clamps on that arm bar, and he has got Zetkov right where he wants him now. Coming up, fans, a World Championship match. The great Wojo to join us in a little bit. He'll be meeting Chris Carter. Boy, I can't wait for that one.
Anytime Wojo and Carter ever get together, it's got to be dynamite.
Referee asking the Russian if he wants to submit, if he's had enough yet. No soap so far.
I like that Rick Sampson, but you can't tell what the Russian's going to do.
Wrist lock with a twist applied by Rick Sampson. You're right, Bruiser. Zetkov has got quite a bag of tricks.
I think Zetkov is feigning.
Maybe he's not quite as worn down as he might give the appearance of.
That's right. I think he's just acting a little too slow. I wouldn't trust him.
No, absolutely. That would be a serious mistake for Rick Sampson if he were to trust the Russian.
I think he's going to belt Sampson somehow. I knew he'd get his hair.
Got the referee around where he wanted him and tugged the hair, took Sampson off his feet, broke the hold. Now things are going his way. He's in control now. He's still favoring that left arm. Sampson did some damage with that hold. And now look at it. He's got his fingers in the mouth there. Referee ordering the break immediately on that. Now what? This guy's a little hungry. The Mad Russian Igor Zetkov putting the big boots to Rick Sampson. Sampson's in a little bit of trouble now. Hopefully he can get his wits about him.
I was hoping that Sampson would beat this guy, but it doesn't look like he's going to, Terry.
Sampson's coming a long way. One of these days, though, he's going to
get out on his own, but I don't think today's the day.
No, perhaps not.
This Russian's got him now. Yeah. You can tell.
Rushing in with that big elbow. I think this is it.
That's it.
In for the count.
He's got him.
Up, he's not allowing it. I don't know. I think the count probably would have gone in there.
Well, I don't know, but the Russians definitely got him in deep trouble.
Off the ropes goes Sampson. Another hip toss takes Sampson down. Big leg down. Big leg drop. In for the count again.
There you go.
2 and up. Once again, not allowing it. Well, Zakov is out to prove a point now. He's got the Russian has an injury to his mouth. Wait a minute. We've got the abdominal stretch. Sampson caught him in the abdominal stretch. Couldn't hold it, though. But wait a minute. He's taking his man in a pinning combination. Into the pinning combination. Come on, referee. The referee. Well, I guess the other one shoulder isn't quite down. That's it. Zakov has submitted. Zakov has submitted.
He gave up.
Whoa! An upset victory.
That shows you what I know, Terry.
This is something.
I was sure that Zakov had him.
The winner from an abdominal stretch, Rick Sampson.
Even though the Russian went off his feet, Sampson was still able to maintain the pressure on the abdominal stretch. A very devastating submission hold, as you can see it again. Now watch Sampson. He'll maintain the pressure. He'll maintain enough pressure to get the submission from the Russian. Boy, no one is more surprised than the Russian right now. At an impressive victory from Rick Sampson. This young guy is going places. There's no doubt about that. There you see the referee signaling for the bell. The World Championship at stake as we return in a moment with more action.
Well, what a segment there with Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. Well, we're back to normal circumstances. We have Hal Sullivan with another question. Hal?
I'm glad you think I'm normal anyway, George. Here we go from Ken Drover of Essex. Will we ever see a match between you and the big boss man? That's you, George.
No, it's not me. I quit in 1970 because I got smart. I had too many internal injuries. I think I've mentioned them a couple of times on the program. But Big Boss Man is the type of wrestler that I would like to wrestle when I was wrestling. I like to go against the bigger guys. There's a chance to... When you get two big guys of the same size or thereabouts, it's more of a strength match than it is, say, of moves. And although I enjoy that match too, but I have no intention of going back to the ring with Big Boss Man or Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. or anyone else. Next question.
Here's a rumor that we get asked about a lot from Dennis Robichaud of Montreal. He's the one who asked it this time. Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake, are they brothers?
I've heard that question so many times that I'm wondering if someone isn't spreading that rumor around the United States and Canada, because if you hear a rumor in a little town or in a small segment of the population, okay, but when you hear from all over the United States and all over Canada, and I think where people got that idea is at one time Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake were tag partners, but they're not blood brothers, so to speak.
Another question from Spike Mazzotti of Windsor, Ontario. He wants to know, who really is the Blue Blazer?
Well, Spike, that's a very good question. The Blue Blazer is Owen Hart, the brother of Bret Hart. And for 2 years, Vince McMahon has been trying to get him into the Federation and has not succeeded, because the only way Owen would come in is if he could have a match against his brother Bret. Vince McMahon has promised him that, but he wants him to wear a mask as a Blue Blazer until that day comes when he gets into the ring with his brother Bret.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you represent a charity or belong to a group or organization and would like to raise some funds, we have got the perfect solution for you. We'll bring all the great stars you watch here on television, all the stars of Bruiser Bedlam Wrestling, to your town or community. If you'd like more information on that, give us a call at the phone number on your screen, 313-537-9796, or drop us a line to Bruiser Bedlam, 151 West Jefferson, Suite 514 in Detroit, 48226, and we'll bring all the stars and bring you on your way to raising a lot of funds.
This is one fall, 15-minute time limitation. Introducing the challenger, weighing 241 pounds from Motor City, USA. Here is Chris Carter. Chris Carter and his opponent, the current reigning WWA heavyweight champion of the world. He weighed in at 268 pounds from Toledo, Ohio. Here is the great Wojo! And in his corner, the world's most intelligent manager, Dr. Jerry Graham.
Well, Bruiser, what an accomplishment to be able to sign a match of this caliber to Bruiser Bedlam today.
Well, we talked about it before, Terry. Anytime you can get Wojo, the great Wojo, and Chris Carter is...
Especially in a belt-defending situation.
That's right.
On television. Chris Carter, born in the USA, and darn proud of it. Wojo. A fierce headlock. He's got such strength in his arms there that that'll just a devastating hold of his. The collision, Carter down. Wojo over the top, off the ropes. Carter nicely catches his man with a hip toss and a takedown and a second one. The world champion on the run, taking his lumps from the challenger. Oh, but smell a suplex here. Yes, sir. Vertical suplex takes the champion down. The champion's in trouble. Only on a one count, though. Dr. Jerry Graham was on his way into the ring there.
Carter will be all right.
There's the doctor on the outside, a devious individual, if ever there was one.
Carter will be okay if we can just keep Graham from helping Wojo.
Yeah, that's the unknown factor in this bout. Ooh, Wojo caught him with a clothesline. Big boots being put into the chest of the challenger, Chris Carter. Wrestling in front of a more or less a hometown crowd here in Sterling Heights, just outside of Detroit, at the beautiful Premier Center. Wojo, an outstanding amateur wrestler, would have gone to the Olympics had they not been boycotted. Nonetheless, though, you don't see all that much scientific wrestling at this point from the great Wojo.
What you see, Graham, that's what you see.
And Graham's influence is probably the main reason we don't see a whole lot of stylish wrestling from Wojo. Carter head first into the turnbuckle. The great Wojo on the move now. Big sledgehammer.
Carter's taking a beating.
You can hear the rallying cry of Chris Carter, USA. That's something that always gets that adrenaline flowing.
We don't know it's going to take more than that.
Carter being choked over the middle rope by the champion. The referee putting in the count, ordering him to stand back because they're in the ropes. Dr. Jerry Graham, as you see on the right-hand side of your screen, lurking ominously, always present in the corner of the great Wojo, the world heavyweight champion. We saw a suplex by Carter earlier. There's one from the champion.
That's it.
This could be it.
He's got him.
No, sir. A 2 count, that was all.
Out of weight, Carter.
Chris Carter's got a lot of intestinal fortitude. It's going to take an awful lot for Chris Carter to give up. I think he'd almost probably have to have him unconscious to make him give up like that.
I thought he had him. Now he's got him.
Wojo putting in the boots, throwing in the forearms earlier.
I'd like to see one of those whipped wrestlers that I've seen on other wrestling matches on TV take some of the punches that Wojo can dish out.
You got to be a strong man to be in there with Wojo. Oh, backbreaker. In for the count. Graham saying that's it, but no, sir. Carter's foot on the ropes.
He's got him now.
What's he? Whoa, back first into the turnbuckle. Oh, boy.
If that doesn't do it, twice.
Things not looking too good to this point for the challenger, Chris Carter. The fans urging him on from about ringside. And Carter, look at him, just soaking up that enthusiasm from the crowd. He's digging down deep to come back with some punches on the champion. Graham shouting encouragement and instructions from ringside, and Carter lets go. Big body slam coming up on the champion. The great Wojo, a man who has successfully defended the World Heavyweight Championship for quite some time now against the top contenders around the world. And when you talk about top contenders, he's in there with one now. Oh, knee into the midsection.
He's going to get him. That's it. Wojo's got him now.
The great Wojo.
Now the back.
What's coming up? Wojo tosses Carter out of the ring. Carter almost surprised the champion there. Almost got a pinfall on him. There's Graham interfering again. Well, this guy's enough to drive you nuts. The champion again stops Carter from getting into the ring. Shoulder blocked him right off of the apron onto the floor.
Watch it.
Once again, the champion knocks Carter off the ring. Carter flat on his back at ringside. The Wojo with a very confident look on his face inside of the ring. There's Dr. Jerry Graham. Oh, there's the sleeper hold. This is Chris Carter's patented submission hold.
Keep Graham from him.
He'll put Wojo out. Graham not making a move to interfere. Oh, now wait a minute. Here he comes.
I know.
The sleeper hold applied by Chris Carter on the champion. This could be it, Bruiser. I think Wojo's out. And the referee has called for the bell. The referee calls for the bell. Do we have a... I don't know. Now, wait a minute. Carter was on the outside on the apron. Could we have had a count out?
That's what it looks like, too. They've counted.
I don't think legally there's any way the referee can award this match to Carter because he was on the outside.
Carter was counted out inside the ring. The winner is still reigning WWA heavyweight
for heaven's
champion of the
sake.
world, the Great Wojo.
I don't believe it, Terry.
Well, Chris Carter. Bruiser, it looked to me as if Wojo's eyes were open there just a second ago.
I don't trust it.
Graham saying that Wojo is not yet awake, and I think when I was in the ring for that instant, I saw his eyes open.
I did too. I don't trust it. Anything connected to Graham, I can't trust.
He's going to try to wake him up again. Look at Wojo's hands. Look at his hands. He's awake. What's he doing? He's got something out of his trunks. The referee's around there. Wojo, he's wide awake. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Chris Carter had best be real careful at this point in time. The Wojo is not asleep. Look at that. Look at that around his fist. He's got another strap with some studs on it there. Watch out, Chris Carter. Watch out. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Wojo. Yes, sir. Boy,
Trust him.
you talk about a Pearl Harbor. Wojo putting the boots to Chris Carter.
You can't trust him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the Great Wojo, still a heavyweight champion.
Well, once again, Chris, the Great Wojo and Dr. Jerry Graham have pulled one of their patented Pearl Harbor tactics on you.
Hey, you know, referee, he wouldn't let me in the damn ring. What am I supposed to do? You know something? I want a rematch. That's right. Rematch. Come on.
Well, it was a technicality. Nonetheless, Chris Carter, very obviously, you put the sleeper on him, you put him out.
I'll tell you what. Did you see it? He was out. He was out. I know I can do it again. I want a rematch.
Carter wants him back. You beat him for all intents and purposes. Obviously, you were counted out, but the fact remains you did put the champion out.
Terry, he wouldn't let me back in the ring, man. What am I supposed to do? Did you see it, though? The Great